Hey everybody, welcome to lesson number 17 of the Coding Zoo. This is the JavaScript Building Blocks series. In this series we cover a couple of features per video of JavaScript at a time. If this is your first time joining, my name is Shane. Welcome. Our goal at the Coding Zoo is to teach others to learn how to program. Today's lesson is one of 3 or 4 lessons that's going to cover the built-in functions of Array. Many of them are actually even new in ES6, so a lot of these will be new to most people. Then we are going to cover Array.from, Array.isArray. Both of those are from ES6. We're also going to cover Array.of and Array.Concat. If that interests you, hey, go ahead and stick around. We're going to jump right in. Just a reminder, if you want to learn how to program in JavaScript, we're here for you. Go ahead and click subscribe. And feel free to leave any messages. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright, so let's jump right in. I'm going to go over to my main.js file. Alright, so we learned how to create arrays in our previous lessons. If you're not familiar with that, I'd recommend you go back and see the previous lessons. I'll even put a link below to point to that video. There's actually an array object built into JavaScript. That object actually has utility functions to help you manipulate and do things with the data in an array. This first method we're going to look at is Array.from. Array.from creates arrays for you from other data structures. Let's give it a try. First, I'm going to create an array from a string. So I'm going to create a constant name array equals, going to use a string, okay, so it says constant name array equals array from the string thecodingzoo.com. So if this works correctly and there's no bugs, it should create an array that has an entry for each character in the string. Let's go ahead and print it out and see what happens. Refresh. There we go. So when you print out an array in HTML like this, it actually puts a comma between each entry. So the codingzoo.com turned into T, H, so forth, so forth. So this tells me that I now have an array made from that string. And I could actually probably loop through it, right? So for each character in name array, document right, all right, let's look for any bugs, and oh, there's one. So instead of in, which will return me the index of each item in the array, I'm going to do of. So we learned about for of in one of the previous lessons. If you're not familiar, check it out. It's about 2 lessons back. Let's go ahead and save. Click refresh. Boom, there we go. So definitely turns it into an array from a string. Let's move on to the next one. The next item we're going to cover is the function isArray. It was also released in ES6. Let's try that out. So let's go ahead and create an array real quick. Constant my array equals okay, so I have an array called myArray. It has 3 entries. Shane loves programming. Let's go ahead and test if myArray is an array. One example of when you might want to use this is, say you have some logic that takes in a variable and you want to do something with that variable. If it's an array, or if it's not an array, you want to do something different. That might be one example of how you could use this. So let's check it out. So I'm going to put an if clause. If array isArray array, then write out, let's see, this is an array. All right, look for bugs. Looks good to me. Click refresh. This is an array. Great, so it was able to tell me if there's an array. Let's change it to something different. Cut and paste that line, change that to not array. And let's make it a string. Let's test it out. Let's test it out. Save. Refresh. And it went away. It's not an array. So, very simple, very easy function, not complicated at all. You just basically test whether a variable is an array or not. Kind of a small helper function. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the next we're going to cover is called Array.of. It's an of function. It basically creates arrays from the data you pass in. So it's also new in ES6. Constant array of equals array dot of, and I'm going to put the number 732. There we go. All right. I'm going to print out each entry in the array to make sure it created it correctly. So let me correct my syntax here. All right, array of for each All right, let's try this out. And there we go. It printed out 732. I'm going to add a line break in here just to make that a little bit cleaner so we can see it better. There you go, 732. All right, so it basically created an array with those characters. Now, I believe you could also pass in strings or any other items, right? Let's try that real quick. Yeah, there you go. All right. Keep in mind this is different than another syntax you may be used to. You could do constant array of example 2 equals array 7 instead of array dot of. So what will this do? Well, this should create an empty array that has 7 entries. So this is a little different than the of. Don't get the two mixed up. Should print out the length of 7. There we go. So that's a little bit different than using the array constructor. Using the constructor, whatever number you pass in will be how long the array is. It'll be empty though, as far as entries. Array of will create an array that has the data that you pass into the of function. Let's go over the last one for this lesson. So the next one's called Concat. This is pretty useful. Let's say you have 2 arrays and you want to combine those arrays. So concat will do what? Well, it will concatenate the 2 arrays together it will not reuse the two arrays that you're concatenating together. It will create another array. Let's try it out. Variable array 1 equals 1, 2, 3, 4. Create another array. Array 2 equals 5, 6, 7, 8. And okay, let me go ahead and change that to a constant. It's a little bit cleaner coding to do so. Instead of using var or let, I'm not going to change these variables. So let's make them constant. That's cleaner coding practice. Okay, so I have my two arrays. Let's go ahead and create another array. And I want it to equal array 1 concatenated together with array 2. All right, let's write it out. Let's save it. Refresh. There we go. So that final array ended up having the entries from each of the other two arrays added to it. That is how you use the concatenate function. There is actually a new way of doing this in ES6 that I like much better. I probably wouldn't use concat anymore. I would use this way. Let's try that out. So I'm going to comment out this line. I'm going to document write. All right, so I'm going to do what's called spreading. It's a very useful feature of ES6. Love it. It's very simple syntax. So I'm going to create a new array with brackets there, and I'm going to do ... array 1, comma ... array 2. And man, isn't that much simpler to type. All right, refresh. There we go. So this is how you would do it with spreading. Spreading the items out to create a new structure. So pretty cool. I love that feature of ES6. Makes things much simpler. I use it all over the place. So that's it for today. We covered from, isArray, of, concat, and the bonus of the ES6 feature spreading. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please go ahead and click the like button. If you didn't, hey, leave us a comment. Let us know how we can improve. We want to make these videos better for you, to help you learn how to program. If you have any questions, again, leave us a comment below. Hope you have a great day. We'll see you next time. It's a great day. It's a great day. It's a great day. Great day. Man, how you like my cup? That's a cool cup. Need more coffee before we jump in. Ding ding. Somebody's phone. All right, let's jump in.